Jimmy Kimmel, viral this. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. And until they release the flight logs, you, the mainstream media, Hollywood, are all pedophiles to me. Eat dick. Am I canceled yet.com?
So I want to do a reaction on this video because I kind of went down a rabbit hole since my Sean Strickland video. In that video, I did talk about some of the controversies that he's in, and in that video, I also stated how I felt like is that a lot of the athletes also seem to share some of my views. It's hard to not notice it when you watch some of these press conferences, right? So I want to go back and react to the Joel Bauman video, and yeah.
So all those doubting my NFT, you're looking at the guy that's the reason that college athletes and high school athletes are getting paid today. Mr. Influencer to influencers. Secondly, Jimmy Kimmel, viral this. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. And until they release the flight logs, you, the mainstream media, Hollywood, are all pedophiles to me. Eat dick. Am I canceled yet.com?
I am loving the crowd's reaction to him, okay? Like, this is why I say I enjoy the UFC and I enjoy some of their takes. I love the athletes, I love the sports, I love the dedication. It's just so cool to me, but you heard what he said, right? It was a little scattered, so if you will, follow me, okay? I'm going to pull up exactly what he said. So I have it pulled up on screen here, and you can see exactly what Joel had to say to Jimmy. Secondly, Jimmy Kimmel, viral this. I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. And until they release the flight logs, you, the mainstream media, Hollywood, are all pedophiles to me. Eat dick. Nice. Nice. Okay, so what the mainstream media likes to do is focus on the bad things. They like to throw people off. They like to paint everyone that goes against the narrative in a bad light. Aaron Rodgers also saw this when Jimmy Kimmel responded to him and called him a tinfoil hat. So I have the two sources pulled up, and I want to look at the UFC first, the UFC official website, because this one was actually written in May 2022, so we're just going to do it chronologically, okay? And this is also the official response from Joel Bauman himself. I think it's really important to get his exact words and hear his explanation, hear his side of the story, okay? This is his response to the herpes video. I don't care what anybody thinks because it's all the people sharing this bullshit story thinking that I have genital herpes that missed. Hey, this kid's fighting to eradicate childhood malnutrition around the globe. How's he doing that? Does he actually have a plan to do that? Bauman explained, yeah, I do. Nobody wants to talk about that though. Why? Because it's all buzzwords. That's why I use buzzwords and people jump on it and I have no shame. Great marketing, okay? Great marketing. So anyways, his test of consciousness was successful, and while no clip of him ever mentioning his company, Olivia, has ever gone viral, he proved to himself that it's not because he's doing anything wrong. It's the public's attraction to buzzwords and gossip. Yeah, I can't agree more. And that's not just seen within sports, it's not just within TV, it's all of media. It's all of media. Whenever he was talking about the Epstein list, where was the list? Where is the list? Why was no one talking about it? Why are we just focused on what is the crazy things he's saying? Why is he calling Jimmy Kimmel out? Whatever his political views may be, I don't know. However, real talk, where is the list? Are we just going to completely forget about it? How come it seems as though only athletes that fight in the UFC are calling out the bullshit? Why are they so base? Why? So the second source I found is actually from TMZ, and as you guys can see, MMA fighter Joel Bauman blames loss on herpes outbreak, surprising post-fight admission. Okay, and that was also written in May 2022. Okay. MMA light heavyweight Joel Bauman might be the most honest person on the planet. The fighter made a jaw-dropping revelation in an interview this weekend, blaming a recent loss on herpes and NFTs. King Bao was inside the cage after a win at Fury FC 61 on Sunday when he opened up about a fight that didn't go his way earlier this year. Last fight, I was tired, I was exhausted, he told the reporter. Bauman said an NFT project he has been working on was to blame for the exhaustion and claimed he pulled 30 all-nighters before his fight against Josh Friend, which he lost via submission, but it's what Bauman said after that had people turning their heads. I had herpes before that fight, 2 outbreaks in the span of a week, Bauman said. Worth noting, Bauman seemed genuine with his words and it didn't come across like he was trying to be funny. Regardless of his intent, his interview quickly made rounds on social media. Don't worry though, Bauman seemed fully recovered against Reese Forrest at Burt Gogden Arena in Texas, winning via TKO. I'm here, I'm healthy, let's go, whatever, Bauman said. It doesn't matter, I fight. Okay, so I actually saw several different news sources as well as reaction channels, and yeah, they were really stuck on the herpes thing. And that's exactly what Joel said. I'm going to use buzzwords because you guys do not give 2 F's about the mission that I am on in battling malnutrition and childhood hunger. You guys don't care. So I'm going to see, out of the crazy things I say, what does the media run with? And yeah, his prediction was right. His test was 100% on point. Okay. And that's how you know. This is right here. This is an example of what the media wants you to focus on. They want you to be distracted. If you actually go to the UFC, they have much more information on Olivia and how they plan on completing their mission. What's happening on season 30 while the rest of the world is enjoying their spectacle. Bauman continues to plug away at his mission. Bauman feels that his company continues to stay on the cutting edge of philanthropy and food technology. There's so much that could have been said. You know, like, am I proclaiming to know everything? No, because all I knew was the herpes video. He was right. The media succeeded in showing us exactly what they want us to know. Okay, if you go to actually the Olivia website, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but if you go to the Olivia website, you're actually going to be able to learn more about their products. Okay, maybe I can do a deep dive on it later. But what I'm saying though is he actually has a business plan. He's actually working on a mission, and all the media wants to focus on, everyone just want to focus on the fact that he has herpes. Okay, the fact that he even said that, you know, like, oh my gosh, like surprising. But yes, is it surprising because people don't acknowledge that shit anymore? Absolutely. That's why it's surprising, especially someone of his caliber, someone on that platform with that stage and that mic, someone that's willing to admit that they have herpes and like maybe, I don't know, you know what I mean? But the thing is, do people not understand that there's actually more than one strand of herpes? You can actually have cold sores and that's herpes. Okay. And I'm going to include another clip where actually Joel explains that. Everyone was already jumping on the bandwagon that he had genital herpes. Okay, like I even saw some reaction videos talking about they wouldn't want to get into the ring with him because he has herpes and they would be afraid that they would catch it. Do you not know how genital herpes work? Maybe I'm misinformed, but I thought it was a sexually transmitted virus. No? I didn't know you could just fight somebody and get it. Because did you know that, here's a little fun fact, 3.7 billion people under the age of 50, or 67% globally, have herpes simplex virus type 1. Okay, and that is oral herpes. Like I said, 67% have cold sores. Okay, an estimate of 491 million people aged 15 to 49, or 13% worldwide, have herpes simplex virus type 2. So that's the genital herpes, okay? So you're talking about more than 1 in every 10 individuals. Do you know 10 people in your life? Chances are one of them has it. So here you are just making fun of this man, saying you wouldn't want to fight this man when there are millions of people around the world that actually have it. Okay? So for him to actually have the balls and just say it and say that he was affected by it, whichever herpes it may be, once again, we don't know. So making all these assumptions is only going to make you look more dumb. So, anyways, I'm going to show the next clip of what Joel had to say once again of his whole little test here.
From the beginning. So I broke the internet. I broke the internet in May for telling people about, I said, long story short, I got on the mic. I won a fight. And I said, hey, I'm about to launch this NFT that's going to change the fight game. Little did anybody know we were actually going to do that. And we put in a bunch of time to now create a platform that's going to give fighters and performers the exclusive rights to the intellectual property of their performances. So that was the first thing we said. I said, I fight to eradicate childhood malnutrition from the planet. It was a setup. I said, these two things, one's promo, another's promo. And then I said, yeah, the only reason I lost my last fight is because I was exhausted and I had 2 herpes outbreaks. Wait a minute. So I talked about 2 really good things. I talked about, an NFT project. I talked about eradicating malnutrition, and that's why I fight, because my company, that's what we do. We've we sent over 42 million servings of nourishment in the last 3.5 years since we've been doing this Buy One Nourish Two program. So that incredible life-changing technology that I told you about, every time you take our products, bro, and you get healthy and you biohack the body with all natural food technology, we nourish a child. We nourish the children with that same life-changing technology. It's incredible.
Olivia.
And we've already proven the model. And then I talk about herpes, and what does everybody do? They didn't even know I was talking about a cold sore. But the media runs with it and tries to tell everybody, oh, he has genital herpes. It sounds like they're trying to discredit me. It sounds to me, it looked like it was a big media push to go, this guy's crazy. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Why would you listen to him?
Have we seen that same plan or mode of attack? Have we seen that before? When they said Dave was crazy, when they said Kat was crazy, Kanye is crazy. And if you're not crazy, then why are you going against the narrative? So I really do appreciate this test of his, if it really was a test. Okay? If he did this purposely, which it sounds like he did. Okay? Yeah, so I think it's awesome. I think it's great that he's talking about it, but it's sad that I really haven't heard this pop off like that. Like, I actually had to dig to find more about Joel. Outside of the UFC, Fox News, everyone else was just referencing the herpes video. So yeah, I think it's interesting to hear how he is highlighting that, showcasing that in this experiment. Okay? I mentioned 2 good things, 2 positive impacts that I would like to pursue in my life, 2 missions that I am on, and I would like to have society's support. We don't say anything about that. The news doesn't share any of that information, and they just say, hey, he has genital herpes, and people are reacting to it saying they don't want to fight him because of that. And I'm not saying other UFC fighters. I'm saying like regular schmegular people who would never even be able to get in the same ring as him. Okay, so their opinion doesn't matter, but it shows what some people, like where some people's minds are when it comes to this. So anyways, let's continue.
Gotcha, bitch. Now you're exposed. That was too easy. Because now it's nothing for me to come on here and say, hey, that was a setup. You talked about genital herpes, but you didn't talk about, and Jimmy Kimmel was one of them. They didn't want to talk about eradicating malnutrition. They didn't want to talk about helping children, but they wanted to run with a dumbass story like that. You exposed yourselves. This is 5D chess. We just talked about, realities and stuff. I'm playing on the 5D. I knew this was I was telling Coach Wink after it, Coach Wink, watch what happens this next fight. I'm going to break the internet again. They have no idea what they just did. They opened up the floodgates. So the whole leather represents me dominating the media. I'm King Bao, right? No, I'm King Dom. I dominate the media. I dominate Hollywood. I'm more entertaining than anybody in Hollywood. I've proven that over the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge. Over the Jimmy Kimmel Challenge, I called out the media in Hollywood. I gave Jimmy Kimmel 46 days to respond. I said he would respond in 46 days. On day 46, I went out to Jimmy Kimmel's studio, and we shot day 46 out there. the recap video that everybody's going crazy for. If you haven't seen it, it's pinned at the top of my
I'm
Instagram.
gonna have to
But
watch that.
in 46 days, I show people I can create content every day that's so much more entertaining than any of these Hollywood fucks or slime. I proved it. I made 3 different songs in the span of a day with each song that everybody went crazy for. The Jimmy Kimmel challenge hashtag, even as they took away my TikTok with 54,000 followers in 46 days, right around 60 days, we had over 3 million views on that hashtag. So in a month and a half, 3 million views. And all I did was post content every single day. They can't fuck with me. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to prove. I'm King Bow. Bow. They can't fuck with me.